Yo, what's up, people? It's Kashmir here. Uh, just want to say welcome back to Uncovering the Truth About Street Dance, The Return, aka Part 8. So, this uncovering is basically just addressing some of the issues that are arising in the street dance community at the moment. More in particular, some of the jump off debates topics that I attended at, and just pointing out some specific things that are quite interesting to see. So first and foremost, there was like a little incident between me, Super Malcolm, and Twist and Pulse, and he basically said something in an interview which was after the debate. So until the video came out, we didn't see it. So he said this.
If someone's saying that Twist and Pulse are not street dancers, then I want to know why.
Well, you did say it. You know, you wanted someone to show you why you're not street dance, so this is why I'm making this video. Enjoy it. So, there was a point in the jump off video where the incident happened between me, Malcolm, and Twist and Pulse, and it got a little heated. So, this is what happened.
The same thing that you show on TV, is that the same thing that you teach to young kids?
Yeah, like when we do a workshop, it's like we did a workshop.
Would you call that street dancing?
Yeah,
That you do?
yeah, 100%. Why?
Doing was choreography.
It's dancing.
Yeah, it's dancing, but it's
don't
not
call it
actually
what you-
street dance, right? Because as like we said on the street dance, you can't do it in a certain umbrella, right?
Yeah, so what?
So if you're not
So what's
doing
street
anything
dance?
under the umbrella,
So, yeah,
I'm kind of telling you right now, right? So if you're not doing anything under the umbrella of street dance, then can you call yourself a street dancer?
So that was the incident. It was a short, brief one, where we simply explained that if you're not doing something under the term umbrella, street dance, then you can't call yourself a street dancer. And this is the reply that we got.
So if I'm not doing a house step or a popping step or...
No,
No, but I'm saying, but if I'm not doing one of them, like why me not doing this is not a street dance.
I don't really get it.
Seriously? Did you really say that? So look, if I put that in a different context, if I got some spandex, put it on, and ran around doing frog leaps to classical music, who's to say that's not ballet? Seriously? That was the comeback? Bro, you're dying. So that was like one of the first things I wanted to talk about. This next bit was basically a comment that John ZD made in the jump off debate, so I just want to talk about some of the stuff around that.
Please, let me just say something. Before I even heard about the electric boogaloos, we danced. This is one thing that worries me about the tone of the conversation. We danced. We saw a couple little things on TV and we were like, yes, I'm on that. And we tried and we did it and we did our version of that. That had value. Not only did it have value, it also created a new style.
But that's what I'm saying with the involvement.
Which I believe should get props and be recognised as a style. KMK.
So
Yeah?
I said-
This style, please, sorry.
Sorry,
please, I'm getting
I love it.
this style, the KMK, that's a technique. It is a form of street dance as far as I'm concerned. Who decides when something can fit underneath this umbrella called street dance anyway?
And it's got nothing to do with who decides whether it's street dance or not. It's simply, does it fit the criteria of what people living the culture of street dance know it as? If it doesn't, then it's not. If it is, then it is. It's that simple. So I kind of feel what John ZD's saying about how just dancing, when they saw a couple things on TV had value, but the issue's a lot bigger than that. Saying that the UK has created this new street dance style is a bit far-fetched, because for one, this so-called style was created in a studio, therefore being a basic contradiction of the name street dance. It was called street for a reason, because there were styles that originated outside of the dance studio. So that's the first contradiction for making that not a style. The second thing is that, for one, that style was very static and stiff, done to sound effects, which apparently I heard was meant to be a joke at first. But then the media got a hold of it, diversity showcased this on Britain's Got Talent, and now we have the problem that people think that this is street dance. So in a sense, the UK didn't create a style, you created a trend of choreography. Yeah, because to have a style within street dance means it has to have some kind of foundation to it. I mean, it may be a technique in choreography, but to call it an actual street dance style, like I said, is a bit far-fetched. So, addressing the third part of the video, and these comments came from Kimberly J and Twist and Pulse.
There are these elements of street dance that are very recognised, but because street dance is an umbrella term, nobody knows where it begins and nobody knows where it ends. Until you can find me the person that coined the term street dance, and they can explain to me what fits under this umbrella, as I'm concerned, there's so many things.
Is there anyone out there that said this is street dance and this is what you have to do to be a street dancer? Is there anyone out there that said that?
See, for me, those kind of comments are quite ludicrous, because for one, if you do any kind of research into the history of black dances, you'll know that people say that tap was one of the original street dance styles. This is like the early 1900s. I mean, you could even go further back than that and say things like the cakewalk in slave times are one of the earliest forms of street dance. Because, you know, a street dance by our definition is social dances created in social environments outside of the studio, right? It's like when you look back on the history of black people in America, you know that around that time there was a certain amount of segregation between the blacks and, say, the upper class people in America, right? So you know that black people weren't privileged enough to go to dance studios, so they had to get dance elsewhere, outside the studios, social environments, clubs, the streets. This is how the definition street dance came about. Yeah, so if anyone knew their history on it, it would kind of all make sense, right? I mean, when you even look at our pioneers of street dance, you know, street dance as we know it from locking till present day, they disagree on many things, but have you ever seen the pioneers disagree on the word street dance? No, right? I mean, even then, it should be like a clear indication that street dance is something. So another issue is that we've got people like Twist and Pulse who are meant to be like big figureheads within the street dance community of the UK, and yet they're going around saying things like this.
What is street dance? That's the thing that I think is out there at the moment, that's floating around. That was my only confusion with who created this.
I'm happy to go and call it something else.
That's where street comedy come from, because there's so much politics.
Oh, you don't do street dance? Yeah, we don't do street comedy.
Yeah, so it's an easy way to just say, oh, can you shut up, mate? Like,
actually, no, I can't shut up, mate. Because simply, these kind of things are the reason that people shit on our culture. Yeah. So another contradiction that you had in what you said was that we created a style called street comedy as to get away from the politics within the street dance world. That doesn't make sense, because you're still using the word street in the definition of your dance. That's a contradiction, because what you do is choreography with some comedy, apparently. I mean, my videos are more street comedy than your dances are. Yeah, I mean, I think one of the other guys said that they'll be happy to call it something else. You know, for me, that would be a real man to admit that you're doing something wrong or naming something wrong and swallowing your pride and doing what's right. Because remember, this is more than a dance. It's more than just dancing. I said it before. Because when you start using the definitions and the terms like street dance, hip hop, or whatever, these things have culture behind them. They have history. And by taking them and using them for selling and marketing tools, you're disrespecting the culture of that community. So this is why people get angry. And this is why there's politics within the street dance community. I hope this video has been very educational for everyone. I'll see you soon.
Yeah, we the new Motown on. Y'all ain't peeped it. I know y'all seen it. to the folk. Yeah, I'm back on my grind like you ain't know. It's Detroit bread, trying to get that bread. But I won't turn to X like Detroit red. I'm up early knocking roaches off my toothbrush. And I spot hoodie on just like